Hey guys, I just want to show you some of the things that I could do with AutoHotKey in this mouse here. Everything that I'm going to be doing is using the mouse exclusively. So I can launch the start menu, I can open a folder, I can, if I press and hold the right mouse button and then the left mouse button, it'll snap the cursor to the title, to the window title. So you can see here, I could just grab it just by doing that, just boom, grab it, snap it over here, whatever. If I grab it, so right click and then left click, and then if I let go of the left click, then it'll snap the cursor over here to allow me to resize it. So you can see that naturally here. So I can do that, just grab the window, if I let go, it snaps it here and I can resize it. So I can move it here, I can resize it, I can open a different window here, move it over here, resize that, close it by pressing a different button and scrolling down. If I press this button, it launches my web browser. If I press the same button when the browser exists, then it'll focus the browser and then launch a new tab. And if I want to close a tab, I can press that same button and scroll down to close them. And if I want to reopen, if I accidentally close the tab, if I scroll up, it'll reopen that. So something else that I could do is if I press and hold a different button, I can, and then scroll, I can flip through the tabs really conveniently, which is really nice to not have to move and click the individual tabs. I could just, scroll and flick through them. I have a button, if I press and hold the button that launches the browser, if I press and hold it, it'll refresh the page. I have a button that'll change the dark mode and light mode of a website. If I press and hold, I have a button that does like an alt tab, so I can like flip through, I can alt tab between different windows that I have open. And let's just open a couple more here. So if I press and hold that alt tab button and then I scroll, it leaves the alt tab menu open, and I can use the scroll wheel to, you can see that the different windows are being highlighted, and if I let go, then it'll go to that one. If I go to, let's say, the videos and I let go, it'll focus this window. And I can even press and hold and I can close windows by middle clicking them. Let's see here. Another thing I could do is I can press a button and I can flick through the different desktops. So you can see here that there are multiple desktops. So this is another thing I could do, by the way. Let's open a couple of things here so you can see. So if I press this button, it does like the Windows tab to open all this. And then I can scroll and flip through the different desktops. So you can see here. So, this is really convenient if you only have one monitor. So to be able to flip through the different desktops really nicely. Kind of like the Mac where you do like the gestures, like the 3-finger left and right. I have a button to do full screen. So that's really nice. If I press and hold the middle mouse button and I scroll up, it changes the volume. So that's like really convenient. And then I have it so something that's really annoying is every time I want to change the brightness on one of my monitors, I'd have to physically go and press the buttons here to change the brightness, which that's like really annoying, like to have to individually do this every time you want to change the brightness. Incredibly annoying. So what I have it, I have it so that when I press a button and I scroll, it changes the brightness. So you can see I lowered it, and to prove it, if I go to the brightness, you see it's 0 now. And then same thing here, if the mouse is on in this monitor and I press and hold it, it lowers the monitor here. And you can see, I'm gonna just show you real quick, that it's 0 here. And so super convenient because I'm constantly changing the brightness of my monitors, and it's really annoying to have to do it manually by hand every time. So using this mouse and AutoHotKey to do it is just like amazing. I have, another thing that I could do. So like, let's say I have a text-to-speech thing. So anywhere where there's, like a text box, I press this button and it launches the Windows text-to-speech thing, so that, if I just quickly want to say something without, if I'm like leaning back in my chair and I want to like, message someone back, I could just use this and then send it with just my mouse. Pretty awesome. Let's see. Huh, I wonder why I did that in this one. Well, if I did it in Notepad, let's see. If I launch Notepad, let's see what happens if I just, say some things, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it totally works here. It works everywhere else. I wonder why it didn't work in Visual Studio Code. That's kind of strange. So yeah, there's some other like cool little things. Like I have a button I used Python to get Google Assistant on my computer. So if I press this and say, "Hey Google, what time is it? What time is it?"
It's 12:54.
How tall is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is 6 feet 3 inches tall.
So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So I can even like tell it to do reminders and whatever, and it'll show it up on my phone. So you can see it here. Where is it? Right here. So let's see what else is there. Yeah, I have like a button to like launch launch the thunderstorm sound. So like when I'm working, I do that. There's like other little things here and there, little quirky stuff. But yeah, that's a pretty nice little overview that I wanted to showcase.